Students enrolled in dual language immersion are building a lifelong love of learning by exploring language and culture. At 6 Newport News public schools, from preschool to high school, students can participate in dual language immersion classes where they receive daily instruction in both English and Spanish. To properly support their preschool and elementary age learners at home, families were invited to a superhero biliteracy night at Katherine Johnson Elementary. Families from Denby Early Childhood Center, Watkins ECC, Johnson, and Saunders Elementary Schools were invited to gain valuable literacy strategies and teaching tools from some super educators who have the power to teach in 2 languages. NNPS leaders, along with educators with the William and Mary Literacy Lab, shared engaging and practical learning methods so families can assist their students' multilingual literacy development outside the classroom. Families were also able to gain more personalized instruction and ask questions in small groups, with discussions led by their students' dual language classroom teachers. Afterwards, families and students were welcome to tour a wealth of resources and literacy activities that can be replicated at home. Students enjoyed the opportunity to showcase their learning through fun and engaging hands-on activities, while families took home a wealth of knowledge and materials to help their scholars excel as bilingual learners. Students at Menchville High School explored the rich cultural and educational experiences offered through historically Black colleges and universities. For the 3rd year, Menchville's devoted school counseling department hosted an HBCU experience for students. During their lunchtime, students were invited to the Media Center to meet with representatives from 11 HBCUs from 6 different states. They were able to talk about academic courses, athletics, military training programs, and campus culture. They also spoke with representatives from historically African American fraternities and sororities, commonly called the Divine Nine, to explore scholarship options and community service opportunities. For the students who attended, Menchville's HBCU experience was an informative opportunity to better understand the diverse options available when choosing an institution of higher learning. With skill and accuracy, Newport News students are hitting the bullseye. In February, Newport News Public Schools hosted the annual National Archery in the Schools program Regional Archery Tournament. At An Achievable Dream Middle and High School, the day-long competition featured over 150 archers from 10 area schools, including 9 schools in Newport News. 4th through 12th graders shot 3 scoring flights from 10 meters away, before moving further back to let loose from 15 meters. Between flights, students displayed sportsmanship by assisting archers from different schools to accurately tally their scores. And a number of student and teacher volunteers were happy to assist the young archers and ensure a safe tournament. In a repeat of last year's tournament, this year's top winners in their divisions were Rich Neck Elementary, Fitzgerald Middle, and Menchville High Schools. These 3 schools were joined by teams from Charles Elementary and Gildersleeve Middle, along with individual archers from Yates Elementary, Denby, and Warwick High Schools, who all qualified to compete at the Virginia State Tournament in early March. Competing against the best student archers from across the Commonwealth, students from Charles, Rich Neck, Fitzgerald, and Menchville qualified for the chance to compete at the U.S. Eastern National Tournament in May. Through a unique blend of art and literacy, students are encouraged to transform their interpretation of artwork into a creative and personal poetic response. For the 31st year, over 100 Newport News High School students participated in artistic verses at the Torgler Fine Arts Center on the campus of Christopher Newport University. In December, select English students from all 6 high schools were invited to the Torgler for an engaging workshop with accomplished performance poet, published author, and head coach of the Hampton Roads Youth Poets, Nathan Richardson. During their time together, the creative writing students shared their own poetry, while Richardson challenged and equipped them to begin looking at art through an imaginative lens, to ultimately write a poem that explores and articulates their unique interpretations and personal emotions. Students were free to tour all of the galleries at the Torgler, including the main exhibit that showcased how different artists used a variety of materials to reflect light in amazing ways. Once the students selected the piece of art they connected with, they used their writing talents, critical thinking skills, creativity, and self-expression to shape and submit their poems for judging. In February, Mayor Philip Jones welcomed students, families, and educators to a Student Readings and Awards ceremony at the Torgler on a Saturday morning. Thanks to a grant from the Newport News Education Foundation, honorable mentions and top contest winners all received a cash prize. Students from An Achievable Dream, Menchville, and Woodside were the top contest winners, with the first place award going to Cameron Brown from Woodside. All participating students were recognized and encouraged to serenade the audience with their literary interpretations, as they learned firsthand how to communicate through the blending of visual art and poetry. In early March, the 15th season of middle school volleyball wrapped up. After an action-packed regular season, 4 different schools survived the single elimination postseason to compete for the girls and boys citywide championships at Warwick High School. On the girls' court, the Passage Panthers were pitted against the Fitzgerald Jazz. This was Passage's first trip to the big dance since the second season of middle school volleyball in 2011. In the first set, the Jazz pulled ahead early, but the Panthers roared back, hoping to win the set. But strong serves from the Jazz closed the first set in the Jazz's favor. The Jazz rode this momentum, dominating the second set while only allowing 5 points scored against them. This is Fitzgerald's 7th championship title overall, making them the winningest girls team in Newport News over the past 15 seasons. Longtime Fitzgerald coach and now retired educator Jane Marino enjoyed leading a balanced team full of talented student athletes this season. For the boys' tournament game, the Washington Bay Sabres were looking to repeat as champions as they faced the Gildersleeve Seahawks. The Seahawks won the first set, and Washington eked out a second set victory to set up a decisive third set. With both teams exchanging the lead, Gildersleeve survived to capture their 5th citywide title. Gildersleeve coach and special education lead teacher at Menchville, Laura Stook, credited her team's unity and trust in each other, creating a bond that ensured victory for the Seahawk volleyball family.